All right, we need to talk through a couple of big stories this week, and Baltimore is the biggest. That means it's time for the fastest 4 minutes in TV news, as I mentioned. Fox 4's Ben Ferguson, the Fox 4 with Ben Ferguson. I love that open, Ben. Ben's on WBAP, News Talk Radio.
And we survived the storm last week, so it's good to see you.
Yeah, we missed you last week.
know.
Sorry. You got bumped for bad weather.
It happens.
It happens. All right, Ben, I want to start kind of broad, and we'll get to the mayor and that kind of thing, but broadly related to Baltimore. Rate how, I mean, from the President of the United States on down, how has leadership been handling this?
Incredibly poor in the first 24, 48 hours when things got out of control. They knew there could be issues. You had a mayor that said some incredibly incompetent things, saying we gave room for rioters to riot. You don't give room for lawless people to do lawless things, because that's when you lose control of the situation. And then we had a long delay before the president talked about it. When he's only 45 minutes away, this is when you should be out there and you have the biggest microphone really in the world. Use it to your advantage to say, people, you got to go home. You need to be off the streets. And then having the 24-hour wait until they put that curfew in order was, to me, just absolutely insanity.
That was interesting. A lot of people question that. All right, Ben, you mentioned something I think we're going to get sideways here on. Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake hasn't had a good week. We agree there. That's clear. But saying this seemed to make it worse. Roll the tape.
I've made it very clear that I worked with the police and instructed them to do everything that they could to make sure that the protesters were able to exercise their right to free speech. It's a very delicate balancing act, because while we tried to make sure that they were protected from the cars and the other things that were going on, we also gave those who wished to destroy space to do that as well. And we worked very hard to keep that balance and to put ourselves in the best position to de-escalate.
Okay, tell me what you heard.
Yeah, I mean, what you heard there is you heard a mayor who said, I don't have control of a city, and I understand people are angry. So the people that are angry, that want to loot and burn, steal, and cause problems, we're giving them space to do it. There is a difference between protesting and rioting. What Martin Luther King did was protesting. What he stood for was protesting. When they locked arms and they sang gospel songs and quoted scripture, that was protesting. There is a huge difference between that and rioting. And when there's rioting, a mayor should never allow room for that, and you should come in and stop it, and they didn't. And look at what Baltimore's now dealing with. They can't even play a baseball game today.
They didn't stop it, but let me tell you, I don't mean to act as Stephanie Rawlings Blake's PR manager. I'd be fired by now. But
yeah,
she did. I have a problem with the Fox News, the cable networks, and I know you know how they operate, so I might ask you. She clarified the next day, and nobody put it on TV, and I think journalists need to be better than that.
Well,
she made a bad decision.
Let
me finish here. She was talking in the beginning of that interview or statement about peaceful protesters being given space. She wanted to give the peaceful protesters space, and by giving them space, the destructive rioters, and she needed to put in a word inadvertently, also got space.
Yeah.
And that's what she said. She said, I was saying protecting the peaceful rioters, peaceful protesters, and the rioters then inadvertently also got the space to destroy. When you hear that clarification, that statement kind of makes sense, not delivered well.
But you don't, here's the thing, you don't give room for rioters to feel justified in their actions of rioting. And when you're the mayor of a town, there should be no doubt of where you stand on destruction of property. She was too calm. She was trying to say, I see both sides of this. There is no side to see when there is rioting going on. The President of the United States of America, I'll give him full credit. He came out and said these are thugs that are acting this way. When he's more clear than the mayor of the town that's being burned and being looted in that moment, you have a problem with leadership in that city.
Okay. We don't agree on what the message was.
It's okay.
It's okay, but I'm told we're way over. I would have really liked to have gotten into the Whole Foods tweets.
Wow.
Welcome back to town, Josh Hamilton.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to take care of that on social media or something. All right, Ben, we're fast.
Thank you.
We're not fast enough, something like that. We didn't get it done tonight. Apologize, everybody. All right, Catch Ben every weekday morning on WBAP, 8:20 a.m., 9 to 11 every morning. Got a great show. Follow him at Ben Ferguson Show. Ben, thanks.